International Media TV. Television that listens to you.
Hi, I'm Johnnie Burrell. Welcome to the program.
I'm Jackie Wright, and I am with International Media TV and representing Wright Enterprises here at a wonderful event honoring Carolyn Tyler. The Bay Area Black Journalists Association is having a historic meeting today with luminaries from the media and luminaries from the political life of San Francisco to represent and honor Carolyn Tyler. And not only is it going to be the honoring of a veteran journalist, but also the new journalists that are coming along. So stay tuned and see what's happening. You have such a distinguished career.
Thank you.
And you are being honored by the Bay Area Black Journalists Association. What are you thinking?
I am really excited and very happy about it. I will tell you, in part of my speech, I talk about being honored by your own and the comfort level and what it really means. And I'm just proud to be part of the Black Journalists Association and to be in the industry and have had this longevity and survived for a long time. I mean, I've been in San Francisco for 27 years, and I've been in the industry for much longer than that, and it feels nice to be recognized.
That is marvelous. What a legacy. Is there any advice you can give to young journalists?
I would say to be prepared, and to, a lot of times I think young journalists think that it's a glamorous business, and that is such a myth. There's so much hard work that has to go into it. I would tell them to read their newspapers or go online, however they like to get their information, but be knowledgeable about what's going on and be persistent. I got my first job by just showing up over and over again, calling over and over again, and saying, I want to work, I'll do anything, I'll work for free, I'll work for part-time, that sort of thing. You don't see a lot of that anymore, but take advantage of any opportunities also.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
To have the Black journalists honor her is singularly wonderful. She's in the same mode as Belva, Pam Moore. There's just a whole collection. Barbara Rogers, whole collection. It's good.
This is an amazing event that I've had the pleasure of attending for the past few years, the 10th Annual Bay Area Black Journalists Association Scholarship Luncheon. We have a great program today. We have the opportunity to honor Carolyn Tyler from ABC7, one of my personal sheroes, and I think we all know her so well. She is an amazing journalist. She works so hard. Not only is she a trailblazer, but she is currently continuing to blaze the trail for all of us. So we're so honored, and I personally am so honored to be able to honor you today, Carolyn. That's right, round of applause. Let's welcome BABJA co-founder, one of the founding members and current advisor, Barbara Rogers.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, thank you. It's so wonderful to see Kristen since I left CBS 5, that she is there. So as one of the tenets of this organization is to open the door so that when you leave, it doesn't close on the next person who's coming in. So we are wonderfully happy that Kristen is there. I tell you, there's nobody here today who is more excited about seeing this room filled with people than I am. In 1981, in October of 1981, a group of us African-American journalists got together in the living room of one of our who I call her the founding mother, Marilyn Bailey, who was then at the Oakland Tribune, and we decided that we needed an organization in the Bay Area to support us, to advocate for us, and also to make sure, as I said, that the doors of opportunity remain open. We had no idea in 1981 that we'd still be around 30-some years later, so I want to applaud the people who are keeping BABJA going. You know, I had a lot of things I was going to say about statistics, but I'm telling you, I was going through some old BABJA materials, and I found something that I had written in 1988. And so instead of statistics, I'm going to read this short essay to you because it really speaks to why we are here and why we are still needed. Last month, as I headed for the elevator on my first day at the National Association of Black Journalists Convention, a young woman stopped me asking what for me is a familiar question. "Aren't you Barbara Rogers?" she said. But this young woman was not just a fan who wanted to talk TV trivia. She was a student who will soon graduate with a journalism degree from a Bay Area university. She had stopped me to say thanks for some advice I had given her 3 years before at an NABJ regional conference. She told me that the time that I had taken with her that day had meant a lot to her, and that the advice had helped her hang in there when the going got tough. The young woman was at the NABJ convention because she was a national scholarship winner, another one of our success stories. As I moved through the halls of the convention, I was stopped several times by students and young journalists to whom I had given words of encouragement in the past. Some of them were former BABJA members who just wanted to let us know that they are now working at newspapers, television, or radio stations across the country. They all said thanks, not just to me, but to BABJA for being there to guide, to encourage, and in some cases give financial aid along the way. I relate these convention experiences to you now because we all need to be reminded from time to time of how much impact we can have on the lives of other people and on the industry in which we are working. So often the words of encouragement, of the voice of experience advice that we give can mean the difference between a student's or a young journalist's success or failure. When we founded BABJA in 1982, one of our main goals was to provide ways for working journalists to pass on their wealth of experience to those just starting out and those who need guidance in making wise career choices. By so doing, we are able to influence not only the quantity but also the quality of the media professionals who will be working in the industry in the future. That is power. But it is a power we too often take for granted. At a time when the number of blacks working on daily newspapers is going up only slightly, and is not going up now, this was written in the 80s, the number of blacks working in broadcasting has actually decreased, and a significant number of experienced black journalists are throwing in the towel in frustration, we all need to be reminded of the power we have to change those statistics. If each of us would just adopt at least one of those young people trying to get a foot in the door, we would be ensuring that the phrase so often used by employers, quote, "I just can't find any qualified black folks," would become obsolete. We would also be guaranteeing that the journalists who replace those who are leaving will be ones who are committed to continuing our push for parity in the industry and balanced coverage of our community. So let us keep in mind that the success of our fundraising can bring much needed dollars to our scholarship fund and to our general fund. Those dollars will be used for projects that help move all of us forward in the media and help keep some talented young men and women in school so that they can take over the media jobs that will have to be filled in the future by someone. Let us resolve to work hard to ensure that many of those someones will be like us. So I tell you, I have over the years been so thrilled to be able to pass some of the torch that I have. In this room, there may be the next Belva Davis, the next Max Robinson, the next Robin Roberts. You just don't know who you might be helping when you're encouraging a young person who wants to go into this business. I applaud you for using your power today by being here to help us with our mission. I applaud you for any money that you've put in the hat, and we'll pass the hat again because, like Willie Brown always tells me, you got to pass the hat. He says that's a black tradition. You got to pass the hat. So we hope that you will continue to support us. I want to congratulate John and Sarah and Kevin, who through this year have kept everything going and pulled this luncheon together today. I want to congratulate Carolyn Tyler, who we are honoring today, another of the warriors who has stood there and held the banner for us in times when the wind was blowing pretty hard against the banner. We all who have been in the business for a while know what that's like. But we also know that when we can get those stories on the air that tell our story from our unique perspective, that we have won, that we have used our power. So don't give away your power. Use it today to continue to advocate for our stories, to advocate for our jobs, and to advocate for more black journalists in the future. Thank you.
Most of you know Bob Butler. How could you not? He's the former BABJA president. He went on to the National Association of Black Journalists board, and after serving as vice president of broadcast, he was elected president. This is the second time recently that a BABJA president has served in the same role at NABJ. Brian Moore, who went to Ebony and then CNN after he left the Bay Area, also served as NABJ president. Our current president, Bob Butler, is traveling. He could not be with us today, but this was important to him. We have a video greeting from him honoring Carolyn Tyler.
Well, first off, let me apologize for not being there in person. I really wanted to be there, but my wife scheduled us to go on a cruise. I'm choosing between you and my wife, and I'd rather stay married, so please. Carolyn has emceed this event several times. She's been there when we honored Belva Davis, Pam Moore, Dennis Richmond. It really is time for Carolyn to be in the spotlight because she really deserves this. She's always been a strong supporter of BABJA, and she's somebody that I value very, very highly.
I am thrilled to be here to honor and introduce my dear friend Carolyn Tyler, anchor and reporter at KGO-TV, ABC 7 News, as BABJA's Journalist of the Year. For those young students who are here, oh yeah, give her applause, that's great. And I want to tell those young students who are here that are going to receive a scholarship today that Carolyn's career is the one you want. But it's her unique qualities that make her such an exceptional broadcaster. Carolyn is honest. She is respectful of those she meets. She's kind. She's generous. She has a terrific sense of humor. She will not compromise her values. She has a fierce loyalty and a dedication and commitment to the African American community and to telling their stories. And she also has a passion for San Francisco and its people. Plus, she always looks so great doing it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carolyn Tyler.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. It is such a pleasure to look out and see everybody here today. That little clip just brings back so many memories over the years. I started there in Minneapolis and worked my way through. I'm really pleased to get this award. I thank you, BABJA. I have been a member since I arrived in San Francisco back in 1986. I've been a backslider over the last few years, but I guess this award is your ploy of getting me back in the fold. I would like to thank my sister Takai, who is here today. Stand up, Takai. She is the mother of my beloved Solomon. Those of you who know me know how much my godson and nephew means to me. And she is also here representing my 9 other siblings, 9 others who are around the country, but they're here in spirit today. Also, my guy, Gary. Thank you, Gary, for being here. He's been my partner in a relatively drama-free relationship for many years. I guess Gwyneth Paltrow would call it conscious coupling. So thank you for that. I want to thank Joe Brooks for really working hard on that video, giving up some of his Sunday to watch the 49ers football game. Thank you for refining that and working on that, Joe. To everyone here from KGO, thank you so much for giving up part of your morning to be here for me. I appreciate it. And to my dear friend Laura, thank you so much for the lovely introduction. You have been my friend through thick and thin, and I really appreciate your friendship over many years, and to a lot of the people in the room for making me feel so special. I want to pay tribute to someone that you probably have never heard of unless you are from Colorado or Wyoming, where I grew up, or maybe Montana, where Kristen was. But this is, Wyoming is my home state. This person, without her, I don't know if I would be a newscaster today. And this shows you the power of having someone that you can relate to being on the news. Her name is Raynelda Muse, and one day I was in college at the University of Wyoming in Laramie, and I turned on the TV to KGO-TV, the NBC affiliate in Denver, and I saw this black woman anchoring the news. She had a big fro and even bigger glasses and a very matter-of-fact voice, and she was not only the first black anchor, but the first female anchor in the state of Colorado. And as I listened to her do the news, I said, wow, I mean, I was really awestruck, and I thought maybe this is something that I could do. I sent her a letter, and she replied, and she actually invited me to come to the station. Well, back then I did not even know how to drive, but I commandeered one of my 8 brothers, and we drove down there together, and we met her, and she was wonderful. She said to me, well, you do know how to speak properly. How about your writing? And I said, well, I was selected as most likely to succeed in high school. I think I know how to write. And she gave me a lot of encouragement. She wasn't a mentor. She didn't take me under her wing. She didn't need to. It was just her presence alone that told me that this was something that was possible. And since then, I have been part of this evolving television landscape. You saw me there on the typewriter. That was in the early days at KGO-TV. I've been there almost 3 decades, and I've seen television evolve from film to videotape to digital. I've been through, as you saw, many hairdos. I've been through many bosses, many news formats, many schedules, many cities. One constant over all these years has been the tight-knit community of black journalists. I got a letter from a viewer the other day about a story I did on the efforts of some in the San Francisco Fire Department to remove the chief, and I interviewed the head of the Black Firefighters Association. The viewer said, why did you identify him as black? Quote, what are the reasons the media has to support and promote ethnic differences? I wrote back explaining that was the official name of the group. And that's why I had identified Kevin Smith as head of the Black Firefighters Association. And I pointed out that there was also the San Francisco Asian Firefighters Association and other groups for women, Latinos, and gays. I did not go on to explain what I really wanted to, which is that his view of a post-racial America really has not happened yet. It's a myth. And that organizations like the Black Journalists don't exist simply to be exclusionary. They are a way to strengthen, support, and enhance the lives of black journalists. If you have ever been the other in a room, the only man in a group of women, the only single in a room full of couples, Or my guy hates to be the only one in a tux at what's supposed to be a black tie affair. He's always saying, I just need one, I just need one more. He's always rooting for one more man to show up in a tux. Well, you know that when someone comes into that room that you can identify with, you feel a level of support. It's not that you don't enjoy, as a man, the company of all those women, or that you, as a single, are not saying, hey, I appreciate coupledom or whatever. And I certainly believe, in the words of that great orator, Rodney King, why can't we all just get along? I believe that we can, and I think my friendships show that. But when someone else comes in to the room that you can identify with, there is a level of support. It's uplifting to have shared experiences. So I would like to thank the Bay Area Association of Black Journalists for recognizing me as one of your own and as the best among you this year. Thank you very much.
Barbara, and Pam. Come on, Barbara and Pam, and
Stand with the sister.
scooch over. Come on in. TV shot. So we just want to make sure you all know what this said. We have Bay Area Black Journalists Association honors Carolyn Tyler for a distinguished career in journalism, the 10th annual Young Journalist Scholarship event, Friday, November 7th, 2014. And so we'll have that for her. And then also we got a certificate of recognition, and this comes from Mark Leno, Senator, 11th District. I'll give you a shot of that. 16. And it says, Certificate of Recognition, Carolyn Tyler. Congratulations on the occasion of being honored by the Bay Area Black Journalists Association at their annual scholarship luncheon. Your extraordinary contributions to our community are to be commended. The leadership you have exhibited throughout your impressive journalistic career and your continued dedication to public service will make a positive impact for generations to come. It is due to your work that San Francisco is a more vibrant place for all. Congratulations and thank you. Again, this is from Senator Mark Leno.
Thank you.
All right, guys, again, help me congratulate Carolyn Tyler. Now, I told you we have surprises today. We have a second surprise this afternoon. Next, we're going to hear from University of San Francisco Associate Professor of Media Studies, Teresa Moore. She's a former BABJA Scholarship winner, so she'll tell you directly about her life path after winning her BABJA Scholarship. It is a happy coincidence and also a product of her hard work that Professor Moore's student is one of this year's BABJA Scholars. We like to keep the cycle going. First, we'll hear about the fruit of a BABJA Scholarship from Professor Teresa Moore and how it has affected her life, and then immediately following, Pam Moore, anchor at Cron 4 News and a lifetime BABJA supporter and current advisor, will introduce our scholarship winners. Let's go ahead and hear from Teresa Moore.
Well, good afternoon. I hope I'm not the surprise. I hope that there's going to be another giveaway of some kind. But so I am the ghost of BABJA Scholarship winners past, and Naima has given me one of her minutes, so I have 3 minutes. And I'm not a TV person, so I'm not used to like staying on a time clock. But anyway, in the spring of 1991, I received the letter and the check telling me that I'd won the BABJA Scholarship. I was just about to graduate from Berkeley J School, and a major shout out to my Berkeley J School sisters over there. And it was a godsend financially and emotionally. I was out here by myself from Virginia. I didn't really know anybody. And even though I'd made friends at the J School, there was something really powerful about getting this significant approval and affirmation from people who had the kinds of careers that I aspired to. Fast forward to December of that year, I had been hired by the Chronicle, and I've had like a couple of Chronicle flashbacks today, because in my early days at the Chronicle, I sat right outside of Dan Rosenheim's office and right across from Perry Lang. And at the Christmas party for BABJA that year, Faith Fancher dragged me up to introduce me as a scholarship winner. And I have to say, Faith did that for probably the next 4 or 5 years. I didn't win the scholarship all those years, but I was the scholarship winner who was most likely to be at the Christmas party. Anyway, and after a while I was like, Faith, I'm too old, really. It looked kind of strange. But it was really powerful being in the room at those parties, to be surrounded by a community. And it just meant so much. And it's like I'm thinking back, and it's sad to think about people like Faith and Greg Lewis and Cheryl Flowers, and if you guys would raise a glass to them, because they just brought such warmth, and they were amazing journalists, but beautiful and amazing people. It meant a lot to me then to be part of a community of black journalists, and it means so much to me. I'm so proud that one of my students at USF is following in the tradition and getting the scholarship, and Naima, who's like one of my sisters from the J School, is also getting a scholarship. So really, thank you to BABJA for continuing the work of supporting fledgling black journalists. It means so much, so thank you.
As you've been hearing, part of BABJA's mission is to provide direct financial support to aspiring young journalists. And this is our opportunity to let you see those young journalists who your money supports. It means so much that you actually see and know who they are. BABJA has given money directly to students who study at home and abroad. Our chapter has sent a number of students to the NABJ National Convention. Some years back, BABJA supported student Aaron Morrison's trip to the Netherlands so he could study international media, and he is now a reporter for The Record in New Jersey and a UN correspondent for the Miami Herald. That's right. In the last decade, with the help of our BABJA members, a variety of sponsors, and our consistent partner, Comcast, BABJA has given more than $60,000 directly to students from or studying in the Bay Area, all to help them pursue their journalism careers. And now another surprise. This year we are introducing a new gift from BABJA. It's called the BABJA Promising Journalism Student Award. This new award is a $250 stipend for eligible students to recognize their hard work and budding academic careers. It's designed to help with textbooks or living expenses and other college costs. Awardees can reapply for the $250 gift at future times, and those same students are eligible and encouraged to apply for the one-time BABJA Scholarship Awards. Our first BABJA Promising Journalism student is Vivian Washington from Edgewood College, a Bay Area native. Vivian is away at school right now in Wisconsin, not able to join us, but her father is here to accept her award, her gift. Oris Washington.
Thank you. It's amazing being in front of all the notoriety of all the different journalists. I'd like to say thank you to BABJA. One, for not only being a financial resource for a lot of young and up-and-coming black journalists, but also to be a resource for just the job market in itself, because, coming up in '84 when I wanted to become a journalist, I didn't have a BABJA that would guide me to where I want to be. And when my daughter came to me and said, "Dad, I want to become a journalist." You know, she got inspiration from people like Pam and Belva Davis, Carolyn Tyler, Robin Roberts. She said she wanted to be a sports journalist. And, you know, my association with Sarah and some of the people that she's been able to network with, she's very excited not only to receive this award, but also to understand the responsibility that comes with becoming a BABJA member, to not only help pave the way, to the responsibility to help others that come after her when she succeeds. So her responsibility mainly is to succeed in this industry, but also pave the way for others that come from behind her. And thank you very much.
The next scholarship is named for Chauncey Wendell Bailey Jr., BABJA Bailey Scholarship, $2,500. Chauncey Bailey served as editor-in-chief of the 5 Bay Area Post newspapers. He was a courageous journalist. Chauncey worked there until he was assassinated in August of 2007. He was killed because of his investigative reporting to expose irregularities in a local business. Bailey was the first American journalist killed for domestic reporting since 1976. His 37-year career included lengthy periods as a reporter at the Detroit News, at the Oakland Tribune, and he immersed himself in the Oakland community and mentored many young people who were interested in journalism careers. He would be proud of today's scholarship winner in his name. The BABJA Chauncey Wendell Bailey Jr. Scholar for 2014 is Naima Jordan from the University of California at Berkeley. Naima is pretty amazing in her own right. She completed a double major Bachelor of Science in Journalism and African American Studies at Northwestern University and at the Medill School of Journalism. She is currently seeking a double master's in journalism and public health from UC Berkeley. Naima has worked at Essence Magazine and the online news site called Oakland Local. She has conducted social media campaigns for Open Hood and UC Berkeley's School of Public Health. She is also president of UC Berkeley's Student NAB chapter. Please welcome our Chauncey Bailey Scholarship winner tonight, Naima. Come on up.
Hello. Thank you all so much. Really means a lot for me, a lot to me, to receive this scholarship award. This is my second time going to J School, and both times NABJ and BABJA have been very supportive, very key for me really getting through, getting the networks I need, the resources I need, having someone to speak to. I remember in undergrad going for one of my first interviews and, well, starting to go for interviews and getting an email from Bob Butler about an opening, and I was like, oh, this is an internship I'm interested in. And so I emailed him. He said to give him a call. I called him and he grilled me. Like, it was so intense. It was like very nervous, and I'm like, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was going on. He's like, you need to be on your toes at all times. This is what the industry is like. This is what you need to do. It's like, I'm going to help you on your elevator pitch. I'm going to tell you who to contact, and then go for it and make it happen. And so that's always been my relationship with people who are part of NABJ and a part of BABJA, just really looking out. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate the financial support, because again, it's my second time in journalism school, so this is just, it's really great, really awesome. And then just also the last thing, being in this room with so many people who I've looked up to is really, really inspiring. And it just, it means a lot to be in the same room and in the same organization and to shake hands with and hug so many people who have inspired me. And so I really appreciate this. Thank you.
The next scholarship is named for Bay Area journalism icon Belva Davis. The $2,500 BABJA Davis Scholarship. Words can't fully express how much we love and respect Belva Davis. She is a legend in Bay Area journalism, not just because she's been here and she was the first, but also because she has been a fighter every year of her many years in journalism. Belva Davis has been a constant presence here in Bay Area journalism for more than 5 decades, becoming the first black female television journalist in the West in 1966. She has covered local, national, and international events, interviewed presidents and other world leaders, and she served as the host of KQED's must-watch public affairs show This Week in Northern California for 19 years. Belva announced her retirement from broadcasting and signed off the air on November the 9th of 2012. She is the author of the book called Never in My Wildest Dreams, A Bay Area Woman's Life in Journalism. This marks the second year that BABJA has given a scholarship to honor Belva Davis, all made possible through the monies raised at a public retirement event and tribute in her honor in February of 2013. The BABJA Belva Davis Scholar 2014 awardee is Thi E Shepard from the University of San Francisco. Thi E Shepard is a native San Franciscan who is seeking a BA in Media Studies at the University of San Francisco. She is a winner of several awards, including one from the Broadcast Education Association. Shepard has worked as a sports producer at USF TV and a video intern for the USF Athletics Department, which includes the Behind the Mask show, which is on Comcast Sportsnet. She writes and edits for the student dual language publications and the website Divisadero. Thi also documented the death of City College student Alex Nieto. Belva Davis had a commitment in Washington, D.C. today. She could not be here to pass along this award, but please join me in welcoming the award in her honor, Thi E Shepard.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to say I'm so nervous right now. Yeah, I am pretty nervous, but I'm more of a writer and I'm more of an editor, so I'm not used to being in front of people. I'm more of that behind the scenes type of person. But regardless, first I'd really like to say that I am so appreciative of this award, and thank you very much to the Bay Area Black Journalists Association for recognizing all of my hard work and all of my efforts and my time at the University of San Francisco. Also, huge thanks to Professor Moore for letting me know about this opportunity and writing me an awesome recommendation that I can never say thank you enough for. And then last but not least, I have to say thank you to my parents, my mother who is here today, who has believed in me and has really propelled me forward to accomplish my dreams. Having a network of support has been key to my personal success. So as I accept this award today, I cannot forget all the countless individuals, my classmates, my peers, who have told me to hang in there, who have told me to keep fighting, and have told me that no matter how hard it is to be that only person in the room that looks like me and has my perspective and has my life path, that I represent all the other people who hopefully are coming behind me and will hopefully bring us to a time and a place where journalism will be reflective of all demographics. So when I applied for this award, I made sure to mention that being a media maker is not just a career choice for me. It is an opportunity for me to fuse my creativity, to fuse my passions, to fuse all the different things that I hold so important to my life into enacting change. And if I can accomplish anything, I really want to make sure that the voices that go unheard find a place within journalism. I want to make sure that women, that people of color, that queer folks, and anyone that finds themselves outside of the margins can one day see themselves represented in today's media. So, lastly, I just want to say I'm so happy to be in this room with so many well-accomplished people, and it is because of you guys that I'm prepared to do the work that I've set out and studied for all of these years. Thank you.
Thank you for spending this time with me. Once again, I'm Kristen Ayers from KPIX5. We'll welcome our BABJA board up one last time to close this program out. Thank you all.
Okay, so we have just a thank you for Kristen Ayers for being our MC today. Let's give her a hand. Another special thank you to 4 people. Myself, Kevin, and Sarah, board members, we're kind of like 3 blind mice, kind of tapping around. It is Belva Davis, who is still heavily involved and advises us on a regular basis. It is Barbara Rogers, who is still heavily involved and still advises us on a regular basis. I get emails from her in the middle of the night. It is Pam Moore, who is heavily involved and still advises us on a regular basis, as well as Bob Butler, former BABJA president, who is now NABJ president. The 4 of those people, we are here today specifically because of them. Please give those 4 people a round of applause. Come on. We're just going to give them some flowers. Belva's not here. We'll pass them on to her daughter.
Oh, thank you.
Bob's away vacationing. He doesn't get any. Okay?
I just want to say before you go, give a real big applause to John, Kevin, and Sarah, who picked up the ball and ran with it this year. We had some really difficult times last year with BABJA's leadership, and these 3 came in and said, we'll do it, and they did it. Didn't they do a great job today? Woo!
This has really been a great event today, and you were a masterful mistress of ceremony.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I was very honored to be here and to actually get a chance to honor some of the people who have paved the way for myself and continue to pave the way for black journalists all over the Bay Area. So seeing Carolyn Tyler here and being able to honor her, and seeing Pam Moore here, and just seeing all of the amazing people that we saw here today, it's just so inspiring to us. And then seeing the next generation come in. That's just, so rewarding and so inspiring to see young people coming up and moving forward in the world of journalism.
Looking at the next generation, and I could see not only from the podium, but here, even after the event, you've taken the time to share what could be done as a young journalist to get started. So any other tips you can leave with the audience?
Absolutely. I think one of the most important aspects of an organization like BABJA is having the opportunity to connect with young up-and-coming journalists. I always take the opportunity to talk to them, to work with them, to mentor them if I can, to give advice. And I like to tell young journalists, specifically journalists who are looking at working in broadcast news, take any job. I don't care what it is. Take any job. If it's behind the scenes, that was my first job, behind the scenes as a producer in Montana. If it's, interning, if it's doing a paid internship, that's the best thing that you can do is take any job, get in there day to day, and figure out whether this is truly what you want to do. And be humble about it. Have the humility to get in there, roll up your sleeves, and work hard.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You came out and you honored, a fellow journalist. It really shows the, camaraderie and everything. And while Johnnie is over here to my left, I'm wondering if you would like to say a few words about honoring Carolyn Tyler and BABJA.
Sure. Well, listen, first of all, I'm just delighted that Carolyn is a good friend of mine as well as a mentor. And she kind of got me in with my big sisters in journalism, Barbara Rogers and Pam Moore, and of course the late Faith Fancher. But Carolyn is a total class act. She's brilliant. She's committed to what she does. She's committed to getting our stories out, our voices being heard, and she's been a fighter in the trenches her whole career, and I admire that and I respect that, and I've learned so much from her in the years that we've been friends, which is going on, I guess, like 20 years now, which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
You guys were all babies together.
We were children at the time. But she's remarkable professionally and personally, and I just look up to her so much, and was really, really happy that I had the day off and I could come and honor my girl, because she deserves it. She absolutely deserves it. People don't even know half of what she does in the community, you know, but she's out there constantly working for us.
You know, we really wouldn't be here today if it hadn't been for your vision and the other journalists years ago. How do you feel now, 30 years later?
Oh, let me tell you, I was in tears up there as I was listening to the scholarship winners today, and especially as I listened to Teresa, who is a former scholarship winner, who is now a journalism professor, because she kind of completed that circle for us. The point that I make so often and made in my remarks today is that when we pass it on, it does make a difference. So, you know, over the years, I've been involved since the beginning, as you well know, 30-some years. I keep saying to others, come in and help us, because it does make a difference. It does help to keep doors open. It does help people to get jobs. It does help people to get education. So I just felt really proud to see all the young people who were here today, the ones who did the hard work to put this luncheon on, which is John, Sarah, and Kevin. They did this themselves. I didn't do it. I just advised. So I felt really good. I felt excellent.
You know, you mentioned that people can help. Now, where could they send their donations to, or is there an internet site that they can look at? Tell us about that.
It's BABJA.org, BABJA.org. Just Google it, or Google Bay Area Black Journalists Association, and go to our website, and then you can go to the donate page and put your money, and voila, we'll take your money of any amount. And really, it is important that we have some money to keep the operation going, but also because we do get to give these lovely scholarships. I mean, really, this is, when you know, I listened yesterday to KQED radio. There was a young black woman who is going to high school in Oakland, and she talked about how difficult it is for her because she doesn't have a home computer. She said that she has to write her assignments out in longhand and then go to the library and use the computer there to type them up for her classes, and what a hardship it is. And she said even though there's some organizations that give free computers to people who can't afford them, her family can't afford the internet connection, so it doesn't do her any good to have the computer when she can't get on the internet. Her family can't afford the cost of the ink cartridges. They can't afford the printer that goes with it. So we don't realize how disadvantaged so many of our students are at the basic level. Here we are in this technologically wonderful area, and students are struggling just to find computers and to find a way to do their assignments. So any amount we can give, you know, that's why we instituted this $250 emerging journalist. That $250 can go to a high school student or to a college student who's just starting out before they're eligible to apply for the bigger scholarships of $2,500. So it really makes a difference.
Thank you for making a difference, Barbara.
Thank you for being here. Thank you, Johnnie, for being here, really, and for your support, because it takes the whole village. It takes all of us. Thank you.
The Bay Area Black Journalists Scholarship Luncheon, another great success. I feel like many of the people that have spoken earlier, that they were almost brought to tears, and in cases, tears, as they honored Carolyn Tyler and also looked to the future as we saw the bright scholarship winners come forth and say what they were going to be doing with their future. So with that, we can say that we not only have a glorious past as far as journalism is concerned, but we have a wonderful future. And so it's wonderful to be reporting here from the City Club in San Francisco.